Hello, everybody, and welcome back. There are more researchers than people realise, split across differing social platforms that are out looking, making note of strange experiences and finds they come across. But there are also people working online, looking for accounts, going through forums, and I'm often asked if I do this work alone. And many are surprised when I tell them that hundreds of new people who work quietly in the background, never mentioned, searching online or out in the woods, and the community is growing daily. As we reach out into other subjects like bushcraft and wild camping, we tap into another source, a source of people used to being out there in the wild, used to the noises and finds that are natural. As you will see in the reports I will release this week, we are being contacted by them. Every day, a new witness from the outdoors community comes forward. This is just one of 7 of the reports I have taken this week alone. Hello, Deborah. I wanted to get in touch as something happened today whilst I was out bushcrafting in Hensel Forest. There have been many reports in the surrounding area of big dog attacks on local livestock, leaving many farmers worried. It's an area I like to camp out in, and the forest is dense and thick with spruce. So I set up camp in the forest today with the aim of making myself some lunch and relaxing in nature's banquets. It was about an hour in, and I was having a good time by the fire, doing some carving and making some food, when suddenly the mood changed, and I felt like I was being watched, and I couldn't shake the feeling. I looked up to see a shadow move from tree to tree, and I thought it was my friend playing tricks on me. But alas, as it turns out, it was not. I kept watch, and nothing happened. My friend didn't walk in, but the feeling didn't shift, and I still felt like someone was in the trees and would pop out and shout "Peepo" at any moment. I kept waiting, and nothing. Then in the opposite direction of the first shadow, and about 10 minutes after, another shadow darted across the woodland. This movement was in the trees, so I couldn't make them out clearly. I was convinced it was my friend, who should be walking in at any moment. We had the same coordinates, and we both walked in a taped, marked out route. We'd set a plan for this, and we normally communicate with a whistle so we can meet up. Whoever gets in first sets up camp. So I was waiting for him to come in finally, and he'd come out the trees laughing, or at least hear his whistle or him tramping in. But it didn't happen. And in the end, I just got on with making camp. I then felt watched again. I wasn't looking into the trees at this point, and my head was down blowing into the fire. I just could not shake the feeling I was being watched from within the trees. I'm used to animal noises and fleeting quick glimpses. Animals move swiftly in nature, and it's rare they will cause enough noise or put themselves close to humans if they can help it. When my friend proceeded to meet me, he had been following the path that we'd marked with tape, and the colours went red, white and green, which then led straight into the camp. He told me that he'd passed 4 trees in the red zone, when all of a sudden the atmosphere changed, and he started feeling, as he put it, stalked. He described a similar feeling to me, knowing you're being watched, but not knowing who or where the feeling is coming from. Luckily, I then heard his whistle, so I presumed he would come in and mention at least how clever he was at scaring me, but he didn't say anything to me. By this point, he had to locate the next tree, which was in dense pine forest is difficult, and he began to walk faster towards the camp. He described the immediate feeling of danger and said that branches were snapping as if someone or something was making a run at him. He sped up and began to sprint towards the camp while simultaneously blowing the whistle to locate the exact spot where I was set up. The whole time he was hoping it was me playing tricks on him, but I was at camp hoping he was playing tricks on me. We didn't speak about it till we got home, and we were both a bit shaken up knowing it wasn't each other. He explained after he'd made it into camp and I didn't say anything, he decided to stay quiet, so not to freak me out. And I must add that we both felt safe beside the fire. And the next time I go to the woods, I'm bringing a bow and arrow for sporting use. This is the area we found a suspected printing on a camp out. We were bushcrafting in Hounslow Forest again. Luckily, I was filming that day and was able to film what I believe is a print, and I have included that link in the sighting. So until next time, thank you very much for getting in touch.